Hey, Justin here. I'm assuming you're here to see a demo um, of Nextcloud, the product that we'd love to set up for your law firm. Um, so we're gonna get right into it here, and as we go through this, try to imagine how you might be able to use it in your law firm, and see if it's something that you think you could use or like. So right here we have the the login screen. So we're just gonna start by logging in. Okay, so this is just a little news thing. Basically, what you can do with this product is um, you can install it on your desktop. It works in Windows, OS 10, or Linux, and you can also install it on your mobile devices. And so, as files are uploaded to your Nextcloud, um, you'll be able to access that stuff from anywhere. You can do it right from your mobile device, right from your desktop, or you can log into the website like I'm demoing here. Um, um, you can also uh, do calendars and contacts and stuff like that. Um, so as a law firm or any business really, you have all that stuff available to you in your own little cloud environment to use as you need. Um, so when you log in here, the first thing you see is your is a menu over here, and then some folders and some files. Actually, there's actually right now we have a Nextcloud manual.pdf in here. We have an MP4 video in here, and then we have a couple of directories in here called documents and photos. And you can click on one of these and go into these things and see these documents. Um, excuse me. You can go into photos and you can see these photos that we have uploaded to the cloud. And again, if we have any of this stuff installed if we have the Nextcloud app installed on our system or our phone, all these files will sync to those devices also. Okay. Here we have a PDF that's already in here. We can pull any of this stuff up and look at it right within the app. Or at any given point, you can download this stuff separately to your system. But technically, if you have the application installed on your system, it's already there. So okay, so if you wanted to go in here and create groups, this is basically how you would manage everything inside the Nextcloud system. So over here in settings, you would do basically here, the first thing you have is this personal link. And go in here, and this is basically your personal profile. You can upload a picture, your email address, phone numbers, whatever information you want in here, passwords, stuff like that. Um, and and as far as activity, if you want to get email notifications, you can set all of that here and things like that. And you could probably even, I haven't messed with this too much, but you can probably even set up authentication through some other medium here if you want. Okay, so that's your personal profile. If you're an admin of the system, this would probably be for you. So you can set up all the settings in the system right here. You can install different apps in the system. So a lot of those apps are here, and there's even a app in here for communication. Where y'all can actually do screen sharing, or not screen sharing, but video conference calls and stuff like that. And if y'all want to see something like that, we can set that up and show you in another demo. Okay, and then users. Okay, so this is where a lot of the work will be done as far as managing users and access to the system. Right now, all we have is an admin group in here, or sorry, an admin user. And we do have an admins group here and an everyone group. So if you notice, the admin user shows up in both groups. So more than likely you won't have too many admin users because you probably want to control permissions a little bit. So in this case, especially when dealing with your clients, if you want to share your contracts or whatever else with the client, you would go into add group, right? We're going to add, we'll just call it client 1, okay? Now we have a client 1 group, right? We'll go into client 1, we're going to create user 1, and we assign that user to their group. Okay. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of security in this. So to let you know what that message just was, I tried to use a password 123456 for this demo. Well, 123456 is a horrible password. So it let me know that. So really what you want to use is something more complex. So I'll use a mixture of lowercase, uppercase, numbers, and special characters, right, to create this password. And I shouldn't have a problem with that. And there's our user. Okay, so now you can send this information to, now that a user's been created, you can send that information to your client. All right, and you can change their full name here, or set a new password, or change their group. In this case, we don't want to do that. Okay, you can have group admins, and you can set quotas. Basically, they're able to upload documents to this system also. So, if you have documents or contracts for them to look at or sign or whatever, they can do that, and then they can re-upload those documents back to the system. Or if you need documents from them, they can upload those documents to the system so that you can get access to them. So there's that. So there we have you'd have a client set up. And so if you had a document in here that you needed this client to see, let's just go in here and say they need to see this about.txt file. All right. We could certainly say, all right, we're going to search for the user. There they are. Can edit access. All right. And you can set some permissions on here on what they're able to do. You can set expiration dates, or at any point you can unshare the file if need. You can do a share link if you want. So they have a link directly to it. In a lot of cases, that may be what you want to do. And then you can just take that link and copy it, put it in an email, and there you have it. So that document is shared with that user. we go to, okay, this is a Word doc, and this is editable right inside this thing. But we don't want to do that right now. So that's shared. You can click that, see who it's shared with. Now that person is able to either click this link and go see the document, or they have an account actually that they can log in and see the document with. So this user section right here, if we go back over here, this is where you're going to do most of all of this. So if you go into groups, you can add more users to this client one group. You know, you can delete this group at any point, or you can delete one of these users at any point, or you can create more groups. So basically these users won't have access to other documents. They're only going to have access to documents you give them access to, I believe. So let's demo that. So let's log out. All right. Now we're going to log in as the user that we created. Okay. Okay, so here we are. We're now logged in as the user that we created. This document, they have access to all these documents also. I think these documents may be shared globally. I'm not really sure. But here's this document. That they shared. Let's tell you what. Let's take this a step further. So let's say I'm the client. At this point, I need to be able to upload a document from my attorney. All right, so we're going to go in here. We're going to go I'll look up some documents here. I need to upload some of these to my attorney. So let's say I have a document here I need to upload. I'm just going to take this document, I'm going to drag it over here. This document's now going to upload. I probably picked a little bit too big of a document to upload to start with. Tell you what, and let's say we don't only need this, but we got some audio files we want to upload for whatever reason. We're going to drop those in too. Okay, so there we are. There's our 3 new files that just got dumped in there. The 2 audio files and the mobile and the PDF file that we uploaded in. All right, so we did that as the client. We'll log back in as the administrator. You can notice here I don't see those files. All right. So as a client, what we would need to do is restrict these details to our, you know, we want to limit access everyone has. So basically that user that we created, we can't see their files because they uploaded their own files and they're in their own group and all that stuff. So we need to be able to basically share a directory to do that, right? So probably the best thing to do here is for us to create a folder. We're going to create a new folder. All right. Also, it's worth noting that it shows activity, comments, and sharing. So we can do all this stuff here. We want to share this folder with client1 group. All right. That's how we're going to do it. So any documents that we really want to share, you know, earlier I shared this document. So I'll tell you what, let's turn sharing off of this, right? Unshare this document and not share that document with them anymore. Okay? Turn all that off. And we want to move this document into our client1 docs folder. Okay? And now that's where that document's at. And we'll go in there and look, client1 docs. Okay, there's that document. Okay? And so now that directory is shared with the client1 group, anything that's uploaded in that document they can see, and they should be able to upload and stuff like that too. And you can see that it's shared here. So you can kind of see how, you know, you can keep your document secure from other eyes prying on it by doing it this way. All right. So as the client, what we want to do is we want to be able to log back in as the client, and we want to be able to do stuff for our we want these folders to go in here. These are documents that we uploaded for the client, and that's where we want them to go, right? Sorry. All right, now all of our documents are in that folder. Okay, and we can look at them and whatnot. So let's log back out one more time. We're going to log in as the attorney or administrator would. All right. And you have client1 docs. Go in here and you can see the files that your client uploaded. Right? And then you can upload your files here also for them to access, and this can be your working directory. You can even put more directories in here if you want, or you can create documents, new text file, a new document, a new spreadsheet, or you can do presentations. As far as documents go, if you wanted to create a new document, you just create a new document here. It'd create the document in here, and you could actually edit this document right inside the file. All of that kind of stuff is possible. So it just kind of gives you a demo of what you're capable of doing with this. Now, like I said before, if you have the software installed on your desktop computer or your mobile devices, you can have access to all of these documents right from there. So that's completely possible. Also, there's a possibility we could set up e-sharing, or sorry, not e-sharing, e-signing, so that clients can basically sign documents right on their computers or mobile devices, and you know, you don't have to worry about paper anymore. To talk a little bit about security, I'll make a quick mention on security. Inside all of this, these documents are stored. We can do all kinds of settings on this. These documents are stored with encryption, or you can set them up to be encrypted. If you read this here, it's important for the security and performance of your instance that everything is configured correctly. To help you with that, we are using automatic checks. Please see the tips and checks documentation for more information. So there's checks that go in to make sure everything's working correctly. If you go down here to encryption, we can enable server-side encryption. Basically, this encrypts files when they're uploaded to the server. And our infrastructure, we would be hosting this for you. And our infrastructure, you know, all stuff is encrypted anyway at rest. So it would definitely be encrypted anyway. And we would probably enable this anyway. So there's some things like that as far as security goes. So anyway, that's a quick demo of this entire system, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it is something that you could find useful. And let me know if it's something that you would like to proceed with.